Traffic. Some people are fortunate enough to never have to worry much about it and can take a nice relaxing drive to work every day. But if you live in the cities I am going to talk about today, you may be full of road rage by the time you even leave your driveway. So, if you are considering on visiting another city, or you are just curious like me, stick around because today we are going to talk about the cities with the worst traffic in the United States for 2022. What is up everybody, my name is Trey and welcome to my channel Just Curious. In today's video we are going over the cities in the United States with the worst traffic heading into 2022. The results are based on Inrix's latest global traffic report, and Inrix is a world leader in transportation analytics, and this list is rated by the amount of time spent in congestion, the cost for lost time, and a few other factors. So if you get anxious and a lot of traffic, you might want to Uber around these cities if you plan on visiting anytime soon. Alright, now before we get started with the list today, please be sure to subscribe to the channel for more top 10s like this one. Also, hit that bell icon so you are notified anytime I post a new video. Now with that said, let's get on to number 10. At number 10 we have Atlanta. Now Atlanta is located in the state of Georgia and is a beautiful city with tons of things to do. It has already made its way into a few of my videos for good reasons. Not so much this time, but you are always going to have traffic and desirable places to live. Now Atlanta has a population of around 507,000 people according to the US Census, and Atlanta makes it on this list with its drivers spending an average of 53 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $820 in lost time for the year. Next up at number 9 we have New Orleans. Now unfortunately New Orleans has made it on my channel before in my most dangerous cities video. Check out that video above to see where it came in on that list. New Orleans does have a great culture and beautiful things about it. It is definitely a one-of-a-kind city that you can't find anywhere else. But New Orleans has a population of a little higher than 390,000 and makes it on this list with its drivers spending an average of 63 hours in congested traffic per year, costing drivers around $977 in time lost for the year. At number 8 we have the city of Houston. Now Houston is a massive city and one of the largest in the United States, which is a major reason why it lands on this list. I actually visited Houston a couple of years ago for a training and the traffic was insane. I was almost rear-ended at least 5 times and I was incredibly stressed not knowing my way around there. I am sure the locals have adjusted to it, but it was definitely highly stressful for me. Now Houston has a population of around 2.3 million people and makes it on this list with its drivers spending an average of 58 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $897 in time lost for the year. At number 7 we have the beautiful city of San Francisco. San Francisco is definitely known for the Golden Gate Bridge, which is iconic for the Bay Area. It is also home to the oldest Chinatown in the United States, which is something pretty interesting about the city. San Francisco is also one of the most expensive cities to live in the United States, which is definitely a downside. San Francisco has a population of around 882,000 people and makes it on the list with its drivers spending an average of 64 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $1,000 in time lost for the year. Coming in at number 6 we have yet another city in California, and that is Los Angeles. LA is one of the most popular cities in the world and is known for entertainment and having unlimited things to do. Like San Francisco, LA is also up there as one of the most expensive cities in the US to live in. I could talk about LA all day, but we will leave it there for now. Los Angeles has a population of nearly 4 million people and makes it on this list with its drivers spending an average of 62 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $968 in time lost for the year. At number 5 we have the city of Miami. Now did you know that Miami is the only major American city to be founded by a woman? I think that's pretty crazy considering the number of cities we have in the United States. Now Miami is an amazing place for people who enjoy the nightlife. I am definitely not that type of person, but I can see it being an amazing place if you enjoy going out to bars and clubs and things like that. The beaches around Miami are very beautiful and there are a ton of things that you can do in the city. Now, Miami has a population of around 468,000 people and makes it on this list with the drivers spending an average of 66 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $1,028 in time lost for the year. Next up at number 4, we have the city of Boston. Now, Boston is a city filled with rich history and culture. It is known for its prestigious universities such as Harvard and MIT, just to name a couple. It is also the place where the first Dunkin' Donuts was opened back in 1948. Anyways, Boston has a population of around 693,000 people and makes it on this list with its drivers spending an average of 78 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $1,223 in time lost for the year. Coming in at number 3, we have the city of Philadelphia. Now, when you think of Philly, I am sure you think of the movie Rocky and its world-famous cheesesteaks. It is also known as the city of brotherly love and is definitely a city that is big into sports. One interesting thing I found is that the Philadelphia Zoo is actually the first zoo in America. Philadelphia is the second largest city on the East Coast with a population of around 1.6 million people and makes it on the list with its drivers spending an average of 90 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $1,404 in time lost for the year. Coming in as the runner-up, we have the city of Chicago. Simply put, Chicago is massive. It is such a unique city and definitely a place you should visit. It has one of the most beautiful skylines that you're going to see in the US, and it is filled with many interesting things to do downtown. It is also famous for its Chicago-style deep dish pizza. It even has 25 beaches to be able to enjoy the beautiful shore of Lake Michigan, which is pretty awesome. Now, Chicago has a population of around 2.7 million people and makes it on this list with its drivers spending an average of 104 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $1,622 in time lost for the year. Now, before we get to number 1, please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy learning different information about the United States. I would definitely appreciate it and it would help me be able to continue making videos for you all. Now, with that said, let's get on to number 1. At number 1, we have the king of congested traffic, and that is New York City. Honestly, this shouldn't be much of a surprise. New York is so massive and I can never imagine driving here. But the good thing is you don't really even need to, since New York has great options for public transportation, which definitely helps. Now, New York has a whopping population of around 8.3 million people and makes it on this list with its drivers spending an average of 102 hours in congested traffic in 2021, costing drivers around $1,600 in time lost for the year. Okay everyone, that does it for the cities with the worst traffic in the United States for 2022. Please comment down below if you've ever drove through any of these cities before and what you would like for me to talk about in future videos. I really appreciate you all watching today, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope you all have a great day, and as always, I wish you nothing but the best.